The story begins with Mr. Twit and his wife, Mrs. Twit. They're considered the most evil couple in the entire city. Their life is nothing but misery, and not a single day passes without them pulling nasty pranks on each other. But one day, they decide to do something that would make them happy for the first time in their lives. So they build an amusement park and call it Twitland. To make sure everyone knows about it, they start advertising it on TV. While the commercial is airing, an orphan girl named Biba sees it along with her friend Babsy. Babsy gets super excited about going to the amusement park, so Biba promises she'll take him there, especially since she knows this will be their last outing together, because a family has decided to adopt Babsy. But before Twitland even opens, they receive an official shutdown order from the government because the place is unsafe and falling apart, and also because a horrible sausage smell is coming from it, so the government comes and shuts it down completely. Mr. and Mrs. Twit start crying, but instead of learning their lesson, they decide to unleash their anger on the entire city. They blow up their sausage truck right in the middle of the water tower, causing it to explode and flood the streets. At that moment, Biba is recording a video with Babsy, telling him that she'll miss him so much, that she loves watching him dance and play, and that she enjoys seeing him grow up day by day. But during the recording, she hears a strange sound from outside. She quickly looks out the window and sees Mr. Napkin, the orphanage manager, struggling to get out of the flooded streets. Biba rushes out to save him, and she manages to help him just in time. Mr. Napkin thanks her for saving his life. While this is happening, the TV announces breaking news about the sausage water explosion that flooded the city. The news anchor interviews Mr. John, a political candidate in this year's election, who expresses his sadness about what happened and insists that whoever caused the sausage water flood will not escape justice and must be punished. Meanwhile, Mr. and Mrs. Twit are watching the news. Mr. Twit gets furious at John's words because he's criticizing them. So he smashes the TV and tells his wife that any sane man who had his amusement park shut down like he did would have done far worse. Back at the orphanage, the family that was supposed to adopt Babsy apologizes to Mr. Napkin, saying that their financial situation has gotten worse and they can't take care of him anymore. They leave, and Babsy gets sad. Mr. Napkin comforts him, telling him not to be upset and that he'll find another, even better family for him soon. Babsy goes up to his room, feeling down, and tells Biba he thinks no family will ever adopt him. Biba tries to reassure him, saying she's sure that tomorrow a nice family will come for him and that he must keep hoping, just like she still believes she'll one day meet her real parents. In the end, she promises him that she'll always stand by his side and never leave him alone. Then Biba tells him that she loves solving other people's problems and that she feels sorry for what's happening in their city. That's why she's thinking of investigating who caused the sausage explosion in the water tower. Here, Babsy asks her to go with him to Twitland just for fun. She agrees and takes him there. When they arrive, they find a sausage truck parked outside, and they start suspecting that Mr. and Mrs. Twit are involved in what's happening in the city. When they enter the amusement park, they notice it looks nothing like the ads. It's creepy and scary. They ring the doorbell at the Twits' house, and Mr. and Mrs. Twit come out surprised to see them, asking what they want. They tell them they came to visit the amusement park. The Twits get excited. There are still some fools who don't know about the government closure. As they walk inside, Biba tries to get them talking and asks about the sausage truck outside. Mrs. Twit says she stole it because they're restoring their dignity after everything that happened. Biba is shocked they admitted that so easily and starts feeling unsafe. She apologizes and leaves with Babsy. But as they're leaving, they notice a cage full of monkeys. Babsy says they look really sad. The monkeys start talking to them, and surprisingly, Biba and Babsy can understand every word. The monkeys tell them they've been locked up and can't get out, begging for help. A small monkey introduces himself as Mandy and says his mother is Mary and his father is Marty, and that they are part of the Miguel family. Suddenly, Mary warns them to run away because she sees the Twits coming. The monkeys panic and start flipping upside down, crying. Mrs. Twit threatens Biba and Babsy for being near the monkeys and orders them to leave. Biba asks her why the monkeys flip themselves upside down. Mrs. Twit explains that when they flip, they cry magical tears, and those tears are the energy source that powers Twitland. She says she only flips them for 1 hour a day so they don't shrink and their heads don't get sucked into their bodies. After saying that, she kicks them out. Once outside, Babsy asks Biba what the next plan is. Biba tells him not to worry. She had a hidden camera on her clothes and recorded everything inside. She gives the footage to the press, who air it on TV. The police immediately go to the Twits' house and arrest them. Biba and Babsy take the chance to sneak into the house to look for the monkey's cage key. When they open a room, they find a frog that talks. It tells them it came from the monkeys. Babsy says they should free the frog too. Meanwhile, the Twits are in jail, but a man named Harvest, his wife Dita, and their daughter Donix come and bail them out, thinking Twitland is an amazing project. Not knowing what's really going on, they offer the Twits a deal to partner with them in running the amusement park, believing this will solve all their problems. The Twits are thrilled to find more gullible people. Later, the Twits go home and start preparing food. At the same time, Biba and Babsy are upstairs, hearing movement below. The Twits decide to go to sleep, so they order a delivery bed. When they press a button, the bed lowers, bringing Biba and Babsy down with it. They hide behind the bed just in time. When the Twits climb onto the bed, Biba and Babsy sneak under it. Mr. Twit falls off the bed, dropping the keychain he always wears around his neck. Biba quietly crawls out to grab it, but Babsy accidentally presses a remote control button, turning on the lights and raising the bed up. The Twits wake up and spot them. They chase Biba and Babsy, but Biba manages to grab the key, and they run to the cage. They unlock it just in time before the Twits reach them. As they escape, Mrs. Twit grabs Babsy's leg, but the little monkey punches her in the face, freeing him. They all run away together, including the frog, until they reach the orphanage. They rush inside and run upstairs, and the Twits follow, confronting Mr. Napkin. They ask him about the little kids, and he says he doesn't know what they're talking about. They accuse him of letting the Miguel monkeys escape, the only source of power for Twitland, and threaten to take all his possessions if he doesn't hand them over. He still insists he doesn't know, so they strip him of his clothes and throw him outside. Meanwhile, Biba and her friends upstairs set a prank. When the Twits come up, Biba tells them the monkeys jumped out through that door. But it's a trick, and the Twits fall out the window onto the ground. Biba rushes downstairs to lock the exit so they can't come back. Mrs. Twit calls to her through the door, saying she wants to offer her a deal. Biba goes out to hear her. Mrs. Twit says she wants to adopt Biba and live as a happy family, but only if Biba returns the monkeys first. Biba refuses. They try to manipulate her. Mrs. Twit says she was born in a circus and lived alone, and that's why she feels Biba's pain and wants to make it up to her. But Biba doesn't care. She sprays them with a fire extinguisher and slams the door shut. Later, the monkeys sing happily, but their joy doesn't last, because the Twits are planning something terrible. We see them baking a weird-looking cake, and they also announce they're running in the city elections against their rival John John. Biba is shocked when she sees the news. The reporter asks the Twits what achievements they'll make if they win. Mr. Twit says the most important thing will be reopening Twitland. Mrs. Twit adds that the Miguel monkeys are the core of the park, as their tears power it. She tells people that anyone who votes for them will soon become rich. Harvest and Dita attend the press meeting, amazed by the Twits. Then Mr. Twit brings out the cake and tells John John that if he truly loves their city, he should eat it. John John eagerly eats a piece, but his face starts to change, and he swells up like a balloon. He's taken to the hospital. Suddenly, Biba storms into the meeting, declaring that she will never return the Miguel monkeys. They're safe with her, but the Twits manipulate everyone with promises of money from the park, convincing them it will benefit the whole city. The crowd turns against Biba, forcing her to run away. She returns to the orphanage, where her friends comfort her. But the monkey Daimeri notices a wound on Biba's hand. She licks it, and it instantly heals, because their saliva has magical healing powers. Mary tells Biba she doesn't have to carry the world's problems alone, and that she doesn't need to fix everything herself. Biba says maybe through her good deeds, her real parents might recognize her on TV. Mary comforts her, saying they'll appear to her someday. They go to sleep. The next morning, Biba wakes up to loud noises. Looking out the window, she sees the Twits outside, coming to destroy the orphanage. Mr. Twit announces they've won the elections and now control the city. Biba quickly closes the window and plans a defense strategy with the monkeys. The whole city rises up, demanding the Miguel monkeys. Biba and her friends rush to the roof and start executing their plan. When the Miguel monkeys get nervous, they spit out glowing balls that turn into strange creatures. The monkeys panic, spitting out countless glowing balls that rain down on the streets, causing total chaos. But the Twits don't give up. They try to break into the orphanage again. At that moment, Mr. Napkin appears, his eyes glowing with lightning, and he starts fighting them, spraying mustard cans at them. The Twits flee and jump into their car, but they swear the fight isn't over and that they'll return. Biba and Babsy are amazed by Mr. Napkin's bravery. They start thinking about the frog and ask him if he was near it. He admits he was. He even licked the frog's finger and felt powerful courage since the frog possesses immense energy. Biba and her friends decide to take turns keeping watch over the orphanage. Biba takes the first shift. At the same time, the Twits activate Plan Number 2. They trick Mr. Napkin into calling Biba and telling her that her parents are waiting for her at a nearby cafe. She rushes there, but it's a trap. Mr. and Mrs. Twit lock her inside. They then go to the orphanage and break in, taking all the kids and monkeys for themselves. Meanwhile, Biba breaks out of the cafe, but it's too late. The Twits have already completed their plan. The frog tells her he tried to stop them but couldn't. Biba blames herself, but the frog encourages her to keep going. Mr. and Mrs. Twit reopen Twitland, using the orphans for stage shows under the pretense of adopting them. During one performance, Biba and the frog hide above the stage. She throws the frog, and it lands in Mr. Twit's mouth. Suddenly, they all change, becoming kind-hearted. They confess they were scammers who planned to steal all the project's money. They even decide to blow up the amusement park to save everyone from their own evil. They do it. Everyone runs away. People finally believe Biba was right, realizing the Twits were con artists. The Twits snap out of the frog's effect and are shocked by what they did to themselves. Biba's team finishes their plan. Mary drags the Twits into their house, where they've prepared glue traps and flipped all the furniture upside down. When the Twits enter, they feel disoriented and flip themselves upside down, but their heads stick to the glue. Biba and her team appear, telling them this is the end of all their hatred and cruelty. She says that despite everything, she forgives them and frees their heads. But the Twits don't change. They chase her and the others again, yet they manage to escape at the last moment. The monkeys sign a contract with a major international company to export their tears as a clean energy source instead of fossil fuels. With the money, they buy a big orphanage, adopt all the orphans, and appoint Mr. Napkin as the manager. The city becomes joyful again thanks to the Miguel monkeys' Powerballs. As for the Twits, we see Mr. Twit tying his wife to a bunch of balloons because he's tired of her stupidity. He cuts the rope so she'll fly away. But she doesn't let go, hits him with her stick, and they both fly away together. Biba and her friends live happily and safely ever after. And that's how today's story ends. If you like this video and want more, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in more videos to come.